For many people, the summer is a time to go on vacation and have a good time. Did you know that for Jews, each summer, we have 3 weeks when we are in a state of mourning? Hi, I'm Rabbi Bentzion Kravitz, the founder of Jews For Judaism here in Jerusalem. Starting this week, from the 17th of Tammuz until the 9th of Av, Jews worldwide are transformed to a state of mourning over the siege of Jerusalem and the destruction of our holy temple. Now, although this took place thousands of years ago, each year for thousands of years we've commemorated it because the temple and Jerusalem are so central to the existence of the Jewish people and our service of the Holy One, blessed be He. Our sages also tell us that the cause of this destruction was that the Jews expressed themselves with the transgression of sinat chinam, unwarranted hatred. You know, to hate someone because you maybe have a reason is bad enough, but to hate someone and despise them for absolutely no reason is the worst type of transgression. And it demonstrates a complete lack of trust that things come from Hashem. So our sages also say, how can we transform the state of mourning into a state of redemption and happiness? And that's by doing the opposite of sinat chinam, of unwarranted hatred. And that's through ahavat chinam, unwarranted love. To love people just because they are other human beings. To show them love, to show them compassion. Now this last Shabbat, I had a very moving experience. I was getting ready to walk to my synagogue, my shul, here in Jerusalem. And I was trying to decide, which path should I take? There were 4 different ways that I could go, and I was wondering which might be shorter or easier to go on. And I took a path and realized that it must be meant to be. It must be divine providence that I took this path. And as I turned the corner, I saw 2 young Israeli students who did not look like they were prepared to celebrate the Shabbat. And I immediately greeted them with Shabbat Shalom, and they greeted me back. Then we opened up a conversation, and I asked them about their studies. One was studying social work, the other one was studying mathematics. And I shared with them that my wife, Devorah, is a family therapist and had worked in social work, and that her father was a mathematician and engineer and actually worked on perfecting the GPS system that we all use. And I emphasized that contrary to what some non-religious people think about religious Jews, that they don't work and they don't take responsibility, that is really not accurate. There are many, many people who are active in work and in study and in science and in making a living. And they actually thanked me for sharing with them because they were kind of caught up in this negative stereotype of religious Jews. And fortunately, because of the way I work with Jews for Judaism, I broke that stereotype by being out of the box and being friendly with them. And then I turned to them and I said, anytime you want to come to our home to experience a Shabbat lunch or dinner, you are welcome. Come as you are. Whether you wear a kippah or not, you are welcome in our home. And I was carrying with me, because you're allowed to carry in certain areas of Jerusalem, I was carrying this card with my name on it and my wife Devorah's name on it and a way to contact us. And I handed it to them and said, whenever you want to reach out to us, it's fine. And they really, really appreciated the offer. As I departed from them and started to walk to the synagogue, I realized that our conversation had gone on for some time and I was running late. But it made me think that in many Jewish prayer books, Sidurim, before we start our prayers, there's the statement that says, Hareini mikabel alai mitzvat aseh shel v'ahavta l'reyecha kamocha. I accept upon myself the positive precept of loving my fellow person as myself. And this is a preparation for good prayer. And I thought, how often have I said that verse and maybe just skimmed over it and didn't contemplate it? But now, today, I had an opportunity before prayer to actually do the mitzvah of v'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, of loving my fellow person as myself, by having Ahavat Yisrael for two people. Even though it made me late for the service, it elevated my prayers to a higher level. And in fact, it is this Ahavat Yisrael, this love of a fellow Jew and other human beings, that will transform the exile and the mourning that we're in from the destruction of the temple to the time of the redemption and the geula. As Jeremiah said in Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 12, I will transform your mourning into joy. This is a promise. So let's all commit ourselves to be more involved in thinking about how every opportunity when we meet someone, we can demonstrate Ahavat Yisrael and show them the love and the beauty of Torah and be open and welcoming to them. And with this, we should merit very soon that we won't have to fast on the 9th of Av, the day that the temple was destroyed, and we will rejoice with the coming of the Jewish Messiah, Mashiach, and he will bring the redemption to the Jewish people, and V'rol kol basa yochtav ki pi Hashem diber, and the whole world will see that it is this God who's causing the world to come into existence. And together with Mashiach, we will all turn to serving God with a true and sincere heart, and we will transform the entire world to a place of holiness and a place of peace and a place of kindness. Thank you very much for listening. Hi, I hope you enjoyed that short video. I want to let you know that my new book, Know What to Answer When Someone Challenges Your Faith, is really become very popular. It's selling on Amazon, and you can get it by just going to Amazon and typing in Know What to Answer When Someone Challenges Your Faith. And I hope you enjoy it.